And because his daughter is now a woman, she deserves to be back in the ghetto, in the gutter where they belong, eating breadcrumbs that the white man system gives them. This is Ramona coming back at you. The topic of today is going to be child support. Okay, the reason why I'm talking about this today is because there is a man, I don't know his full name, but he does own a radio station, a radio segment called the League of Dads Talk Radio. I'm like sitting there listening to I didn't tune into him, but it was just that, you know, the videos are playing and like Tommy Sotomayor was on, and I was listening to Tanya TKO and stuff like that. So this dude came on, and so I'm cleaning the house, and then the things that he was saying, I'm like, oh, my ears were on fire because I'm just like, what is this guy saying? Like, seriously. So basically, what this man is he's a lawyer now, current day, and he, as the name of his talk show, the League of Dads, you know, he stands up for dads. So if, say, you do check garnished for the sake of child support, and you're backed up, now you have warrants, you know, or you're refusing to pay whatsoever, and you can't get ahead because whenever you get a job, because the government has your social security number, so wherever you go to get a job, your checks are going to be garnished, and if you choose not to pay for them, at the end of the year, your taxes will be garnished. So basically, the government makes sure that whatever you owe, but this man, he is going to try to get you, get the warrants off of you, off of these men, and get it to a point where they don't have to be stifled. I'm listening to him talk, and he's really, really angry. I mean, I watched this whole video, and I watched it twice, and the more he talks, the more angry he gets. He's actually spewing spit, that he's just so angry. And he is talking about his wife and his daughter, because they're both women. And, you know, he says things about, like, he's just so angry. Here's his argument. His argument is that because of the white man's system, which is Section 8 housing, which is child support, which is any governmental funds that women use in order to survive, that is the white man system causing genocide, he says, of the black man, wanting to be, you know, feel manly, you know what I mean? And but I you know, so when he said that, I was just like, so wow, dude, you know, like, so what's most important to you is to feel like a man, okay? You don't want anybody busting your balls. You want to feel like the man that you are, right? But are you really looking at the women and what they're going through? They got your child. They got themselves. They're trying to keep themselves, they're trying to keep their heads above water. They're trying to do what they got to do. And you're so worried about yourself, being very selfish. Oh, there's my manhood, you know. But you're not, like, taking care of your business over here. And, you know, so I know I like reading between the lines. I like reading between the lines because, you know, later down he says he pulls out a bunch of money, and he's talking about, I have $68,000 I just put in there, and here's another $10,000, here's a $5,000, another $5,000. He's flashing it up because now he's a big gamer. Like, he's a lawyer. He's got his own business. He's got like a couple of his own business, you know. But like at that time, I can pretty much guarantee, like, you know, he wanted his girlfriend and the daughter to, you know, he didn't care if they were suffering going without because he's too busy in law school. I can guarantee he didn't mention that. He didn't mention that, but I can pretty much guarantee that there were a lot of fights over money, and really it's not about because I want to get my nails done. It's because, hey, we're hungry, you know. And he says that in the beginning of the video, he says that you know what, I was paying for our daughter's private school tuition. But later in the video, he says, okay, so granted that I wasn't consistent. So that shows, that goes to show me that, okay, so maybe he was trying, and maybe he couldn't be consistent. But that is none of her business. She's not married to this dude. She doesn't have to like say, hey, let's work as a team, let's do that, you know? It's a completely different entity. Completely different, you know, completely different. Now you have to work together the best that you can, but she's not responsible for his manhood, and she's not responsible to have to go without because he's trying to, you know, do something. And that doesn't go to show that he you know, can't do what he's got to do, but he's got to take care of that business along with this other business. You know, you got to balance it out. So, you know, I think that that's probably what was going on there. There's a lot of fighting, a lot of argument about money, and she probably lost it a few times. He probably lost it a few times. But I think that women are usually trying to survive, where the men, they're just really worried about their manhood, and they're trying to be the men, trying to, you know, because men don't like to be told what to do and be put under a thumb. But hey, when you have children, that everybody's put under a thumb. A human being needs to be taken care of. They need to be fed and raised up, you know. And I also didn't like, so later on in his video, he goes ahead and he says that, you know, the white system of governmental help is really breaking down the black man. And but I'm just like, no, dude, they're not trying. That's not what it's all about. It's because you're lacking, you know. And men think that they can only take care. Not all men. I take that back. Not all men, but there are some men, especially when it comes about child support. Because I want to correct that, because not all men are like that, but men like this guy here, you know, they think that they were responsible for like that one thing that they feel they have a desire to choose from, which is more important to them. Like to him, it was about going to law school and paying what he can for child upraising, you know, just to pay for the school. And she's probably like, okay, so you want to pay for a child support, but we're struggling at home. I mean, you want to pay for her schooling, but you know what I mean. So long story short, he said that he put in a CD or okay, so he bought her a car, and he also paid for the college, which is paid in full, but also he put in a I'm sorry, I don't like, it's kind of like insurance. So when she hits a certain age of 18, then she can get that money, only if a third party doesn't step in. So the third party that he's talking about was the white man system. So she happened to get on the white man system, which is like a governmental funding. So guess what? He took away her money. He was like, nope, you don't get that, whatever. He didn't say how much money it was, but he says like it's a large sum of money. When you turn 18, you can get this money, right? And he took it away from her. And then at the end of the video, he's steadily sitting there and talking about that that's my ex baby mama, and that's my ex daughter. He says this thing, okay? So I'm just like, wow, that's really filthy and dirty. And because his daughter is now a woman, she deserves to be back in the ghetto, in the gutter where they belong, eating breadcrumbs that the white man system gives them. Say, he says, you wanted to choose the white man system? Well, then you keep the, go on, get on with yourself. You can have the white man system, because I'm living good. I'm living fine. You know, so he's sitting up there talking all this kind of trash. Like, real dirty, real mean. Like, he is bitter. He hates this woman. He hates the mother of his child. He hates her with a passion. You can see that. He's mad. He's spewing. He's spitting. He's getting really, really upset and saying things about not only her, but now the daughter as well. So, what kind of man were they dealing with right from the beginning? If he's so nasty right now, you know, people are nasty when things are bitter in their lives. You know, people are nasty to other people when things are bitter in their lives, okay? So, if things are going so great for him, like money-wise, why the hell is he still shitting on this family? Like, you're so sewn into the past. You're sewn into the past that you're going to punish your daughter and not give her her monies at age 18 that she was supposed to be getting when she would turn 18. Like, you're saying that she and the mother deserve to live in the ghetto, in the gutter where they belong, because they're women and they're like, you know. If he's like that right now, guarantee he was like that from the get-go, and no wonder she would go ahead and get child support for herself and for her daughter. No wonder she decided to go ahead and say, you know what, I don't trust you, dude. You're cruel, you're mean, you only think about yourself, you think about your manhood, and you only think about getting to your own future, which I have nothing to do with it, because we're not married. I don't hold that responsibility. It's not like we're married where I'm responsible for you. If you wanna be the big man, by all means, be the big man. But for right now, we need to be taken care of. And I think I bet you he was slacking. So, anyways, my point is that for that whole rant, my whole point in all of that is that, like, for all these men who are just, and not all men, because not all men are like that. There are some, because when I say black men, black women, this is the guy right here. I don't know if you can see him. This dude right here. I'm gonna link his video down in the description box, and you can go over there and say why it is that I'm pointing specifically out a race, okay? Yeah, but I just think that it's really dirty. So I just wanted to tell you guys and this dude here, this is why women go ahead and they use the white man's system. Come on, it's ridiculous. No, it's the system of trying to keep your head above water, because some men, they don't know how to be men these days, and you know, they don't want to take responsibility. Even when you go to court, you know, the court system will tell you he doesn't have to step up and raise that kid. He does not have to do anything that he doesn't want to do other than pay that child support. And yes, when you get that court order, yes, we'll be right up on it. But this is the day and age that we are in. So if this is a day and age that we are in, and I've seen it, I just touched something wet in the oogs. Okay. I've seen it 1,000,000,001 times, all in my own community, in the community next. You know, like, I see it all over the place. These men, they only take care of themselves, and they pay that 30% child support. That's if they do, because, like, even a lot of people, they work under the tables because they don't want the government seeing what they're making under the table. Yeah, men do that. Some dads do that. Okay, So I hope that this was taken the right way, because I don't want to be insulting to anybody, because I just felt like this whole entire thing, it was just very insulting to moms everywhere who, you know, who do it all. That I'm not going to say this person's name because I've heard the story time and time and time again. There are women who go to school, okay, they have a full-time job, they have a part-time job, they go to school part-time, and then they're a full-time parent, and they take care of all the monies, and whatever 30% of a little bit of money that they get from the father might buy like a bag of diapers, or might pay for a pair of their shoes for the month. But if both man and woman has sat down and they put out their expenses, like, this is what every month, this is what I pay, this is what I pay, and I can promise you, unless that man is being very extravagant in his spending, she's going to be flipping the bigger bill than what he pays. That's a guarantee. Oh, I did. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I don't even know how long this video is, and I don't know if I'm going to put like an intro, outro, nothing like that. I just wanted to get this video up because this dude was like really getting me upset, and I was just like, I'm like, how selfish. Like, you're not even like trying to see the other. I have not heard him talk about, well, maybe she's going through A, B, C, and D on her half. All he was talking about, well, I was the one who got really upset, and I was the one who got the raw end of the stick on. I was the one who got treated like this way, and I was the one who's, you know, doing this and that, and I was the one. But I didn't hear him say, like, to at least try to say, okay, granted, you know, my daughter is alive today because this woman raised her. Like, this woman made sure that our daughter survived. The daughter was actually well fed and taken care of. Like, you don't hear any of that. And for other people who need to get child support, you don't hear the men saying that either. They won't, because they don't want to. They're too busy being angry. And they don't want to stop and think about the good things that these women are doing. All they know is that this woman over here is taking my money, and that's where it stops there. But meanwhile, you know, they don't want to talk about, oh, okay, so maybe I do only come around once every 3 or 4 months. So what? I pay my child support that the white man's system forces me to pay. I don't care what you do. Of course they don't. And then they wonder how come with that attitude and that mentality, why we would go to something that has security. So okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope you guys liked the video. Mwah, mwah. Love everybody. Leave your opinions down below if you'd like. Okay, bye.